Let's cover some of the errors, and we will also learn what are the name of the errors. We will also learn how to handle them in Python. Okay. So first is some of the examples of the error we will cover first. Let me try one creating one error. I'll give 12 and I'll give, let's say, hello. I'll try to print a plus yes. Okay. So now the syntax wise, the print function syntax is correct, right? So if you have two variable, you can use the add operand on the print syntax. This is syntactically correct. It doesn't create any syntax error. Okay. Exceptions are not syntax errors always. Like bracket missing or colon missing, that is not the exception handling. This is like this statement is correct, but technically it is going to fail because you won't be able to add integer with a string. Okay. Now when I run it, it will create a type error. So the name of this type of exception is called type error. Okay. And this is what the message is. Message is unsupported operand. You cannot combine the string with the integer, right? So let's see some other errors as well. Like can someone tell me like similar errors like this? Let me try one more. So I'll create a variable 3 and I'll try a dot append hello. I'm trying to use the append function to add one item, but the syntax of append function here is correct, but append function will work only on list. It is not a list, right? It is a just a data type. It's an integer value. You won't be able to add hello to an integer operand. So this will throw a attribute error. So can you see here attribute error? Int object has no append function. Yes, obviously append function is present only at the list. So this kind of error of name is attribute error. And let's see some other function. Previously we saw what type of error. It's a type error. And let me try some other error. Yeah, just a minute. Sorry. I'll just try to print B. Oh wow, we have saved it previously very long ago. It is still in the cache. That's why it is printing that B. Let me print A also together. This is a name error because this particular BA is not defined. We have not created this variable previously. So this type of error is a name error. So similarly, you can create a multiple number of errors like this. Okay. Now let's learn how to handle these types of error. Like why we need to handle this. Obviously, if you correct that statement, the error will be gone. But we want to correct the statement without stopping the execution, right? You as a programmer, you don't want your program to start or throw error at any point of time, right? So let's see how to handle that. Let me write the name of the errors, and this will throw. Okay. So now how to handle these things. So for handling these kind of exceptions, Python provide 3 inbuilt keywords. So first one will be try, second one will be except, and third keyword is finally. So you'll see one by one. Okay. So try block must be followed by except block. So if you are creating a try block, or if you are using this try keyword, it should always be having except block in the below also. Okay. Without except try won't be there, because If you are saying Python, hey, try this code and check whether some error is rising or not. Of course, if the error rises, what will Python do? So what is the solution for that error? You have to provide that in the except statement. Okay. Now let's try this something. We'll go with the same error itself. Okay, let it be. Let me create new. I'll create a is equal to 12, s equal to hello. And so now, as a developer, you know, the line number 6 is where the error is going to occur. So the execution of these two lines have no issues, right? So you don't have to put the try statement for these two. So you have to give the try statement from where the error is going to rise, or you think where the error might occur. So I'll give try colon, and I'll just put whatever I want to do. I'll just put everything inside the try statement. Whatever the code that I am expecting it may arise a error, I will write this like this. Let me try a plus s. Obviously, it is going to throw a type error. Okay, so now what we are doing here, hey Python, please try this statement. Okay, Python will try this. It will run it internally, not outside. Okay, and we also know that it may create error. So Python will also expect, okay, if the error happens, what I should do? We have to tell Python, if the error arises, expect what kind of error. You have to tell the name of the error. So hey Python, try this particular code and expect a type error in the above statement. Okay, so type error. Okay, and now you will give colon. So Python will expect a type error. Obviously, a type error will arise. In that case of type error arising, what is the remedy that you have to provide? You will be providing in the except block. So I'll just I'll just convert this a into string and then I'll give yes. Okay, now when I run this code, this exception will rise internally. The error will rise internally. You will not see any error code, but you will see the output alone so that your code will not be stopped. Except spelling wrong, sorry. So now you will be able to see the output even without having any interruptions in your code. Okay, this is how we handle the exceptions in Python. Now, let's say now we know how to handle the exception. And let's say, what if my code is having multiple exceptions like this? I want to handle multiple exceptions at the same time. Yes, you can do that as well. Let's see another one example. I'll directly give the try statement. Okay, so I'll give try if let me say 3 plus 4 minus 5 greater than 0. 3 plus 4 7, 7 minus 5 2, 2 is obviously greater than 0, so the condition is true. So this is going to happen. So I'm initializing a variable inside this and I'm calling the attribute error. Okay, and this is obviously going to throw attribute error. Okay, and now, and I will also call else function and print hello plus 4. Okay, and this will again throw us our type error. Okay, so now you have given this statement. You are not sure which will work. Either if condition will it can work or else condition will work. In this corresponding statement, attribute error is going to occur. This part will not happen, but you write a different code in different scenario where you are not sure because all the if and else condition might be based on your user input, what the user is giving as a input. It could be like that, right? So in that case, you are not sure whether it can be attribute error also or it can be a type error also. In that situation, I want Python to catch all the exceptions that can arise. So you can give except, give all the error names that you know in a form of a tuple. Uh, Okay, and I'm giving another one name for the exception as E means it will print the output. Let's try without this. Let me print some message. I'm not giving any remedy for it. I'm just trying to print some message here. It can be anything. Okay, it is showing error occurred, but you are not sure which error has occurred. In order to know that particular message, you can give a nickname here, E. So now E is the variable that will hold the message of this error. So just print E as well here. And now when you run it, it will print error occurred and int object has no object. That is a attribute error. Okay. So this is how you can handle multiple exception. And sometimes you can also have one more doubt. Let's say I don't know what error it's going to arise. I don't know the name of the error. In that case, what you can do is don't give any name particularly. Just give exception. Okay, this means you don't know the name of the error. So whatever error rises, it will catch that. Okay. Okay. So this can be used when you have no error or like that. And let's say I will try one more elif. Elif. I'll just write 3 plus 4 minus 8 is lesser than 0. This is true means what I will do is I will try to initialize a variable and I will try to print that variable a by 0. So if I try to divide some number divided by 0, it will create an error called zero division error. So this is a case. I don't know what kind of exception. So here I have given only error occurred. In let's say I want to give a remedy for each kind of error. Whatever error occurs, I want to correct it and the execution has to happen. In that case, you can add multiple exception statement. If first one except attribute error, use the remedy for that in that particular statement. You'll give print, not give print. You'll give a is equal to make it as a list. Now you'll give a dot append and try to add hello. Now it will work because now a is a list. So the error will be gone. And again, add one more except statement for zero division error. You can give a print. And this time you don't know what type of error can arise. You are like, this is the two errors I am expecting. But there may be some cases where I don't expect this kind of error. So in that case, I will just add exception as E. So if any error, which is I have given here, other than that arises, this exception will catch that. So I'm just, you can just print message and you know what kind of error you want to know, just print with E. So whatever comes, it will work on that case. Okay, so now it has occurred with the attribute error and we have given a remedy for it. This is what about try and except block. Okay, and there is one more keyword called finally. Finally means like if error occurs or not, exception will is handled or not. When you add this finally block, whatever is in the finally block will be working. Like it is like a mandatory one. Like if I add finally, okay, like this, either this exception can occur or this one can occur, so that these two will not work, right? If the second exception arise, zero division error arise, the other two exceptions will not work at all, right? But if you add finally to a statement, and let me say I'll just print some statement completed. Okay, either the exception arises or not. Even if the exception is not arising, the try block itself working successfully, then also this finally will be working. Okay, this whatever activities, executions or statements you are writing under the finally block will finally, after completing all the try and except, it will work. So what is the usage of this means? For example, if you are doing some database activities or file handling activities in your code, right? The basic operations in is like to open the file, close the file, right? So let's say if you want to edit some file, you will first open the file and you will check for some exceptions. Okay, and you will try, catch the exception. Then finally you have to close the file. No matter if it throws an error or not, the file has to be closed, else no other person can access the same file. In that case, the closing commands can be given inside this finally. Similarly, if you are opening a connection to the database, always you have to close it, or always you have to commit the changes that you have made in the database. Those kind of mandatory functions can be used inside the finally statement. So even if the except block at all nothing happened, try block at all nothing happened also, try block will happen actually. Even if no error arises also, the finally block will happen. So okay, so these are the three main keywords in which you can handle your exceptions. Any doubts or questions in this, guys?